Okay, this is a quick demo of the power backplane with the voltage, with the switch, battery slash AC/DC input switch. I don't know if you can see that. There's the switch LTC-IC and the P-channel MOSFET, and then there's that 3 amp diode there. I've actually got the wrong, I was looking for a PTC resettable fuse, not an NTC thermostat or thermoregulator or whatever on the input, so this needs to change. Okay, so over here I have two loads set up, two power supply loads. This one is hooked up to the battery input. No, it's not. This one's hooked up to the DC input, AC/DC input, and this one's simulating the battery input. So if I switch on the AC/DC input, or the wall socket input, I've got this load here set to 1 amp. Maximum load, this can provide 1.5 amps. At the moment set to limit there. So it's drawing 1 amp, 10 watts on the load. Now if I switch both power supplies on, this one's being the battery, then this load's dropping and this is coming up to 1 amp. I'm not sure why there's a tiny amount of leakage here, power leakage at 1 amp, 0.058, but the voltage seems good enough on the output. The BB Box mixer sort of uses 600 milliamps on average, and it can peak when it starts up to just under 1 amp, so I don't know, I think this is probably as high as it gets, but I have to check the data sheet of the switch, because if I tried increasing this load to 1.4 amps, sorry, the dummy load, I increased this to 1.4 amps, and this was at 200 milliamps, this was at 1.2 amps, so there was some collision between the AC/DC input and the battery input, or the simulation of battery input, and don't like that. At 1 amps it seems to be pretty safe. Just switches over. So obviously the priority is with the battery. No, is it? So if it's running battery, yeah. So if it's running a battery and you plug in the AC/DC wall adapter, it carries on running on the battery. Now that's probably the wrong way round. Surely the battery gets a rest if you plug in the power from the wall. So yeah, that needs to think about that. So if I turn the battery off, it's running. Turn the battery on, it's not, which says to me I've probably got this the wrong way round. Yeah, design's the wrong way round. So yeah, priority should go to the DC input, AC/DC input. Alright, that's just a quick update, but it's good enough for now. It doesn't catch fire when I plug in the lithium-ion battery. I don't want this to be hooked directly to DC 2 amps or whatever. It's not a good idea. Alright, that's it. That's just a quick update.